NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Now Golden State's starting five. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. Utah with the ball, off the inbound pass. Mack, good. Mack's got the first points up on the board here for the Jazz.
Good make to get things underway.
Yeah, and always a relief, I think, to get those first points out of the way and actually get that first sweat and that first bit of contact in the game, because that just settles you down a little bit.
Here's Mack, feeds it to Favors. On the money from 12 feet away. And it's the Warriors with the ball. 4-point game. You know, Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
Pass to Barnes. Back to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State. Over in the corner, Barnes. He kicks to Bogut. Lets it go from 11. Rebounded by Hood. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, Kev, Quinn Snyder gave me a few moments to catch up with him. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Hayward after the miss from Stephen Curry. Here's Mack. Dishes to Gobert. To the wing right side. Gobert with a screen on Thompson. Just 3 to shoot. Good. Kicks to Gobert. And he gets it to go.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
The Warriors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Well, what a second half of the season it was for the Jazz. After the All-Star break, they went on a rampage.
And the catalyst for that was the defense. I mean, very few opponents got to triple digits against the Jazz after the All-Star break.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
There's 1:26 left to play in the first. Green passes to Barnes. And the 3 ball is good. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game.
And for the Jazz and their defense post-All-Star break, it helped them in their big second half run. How about a 422 field goal percentage against after the break?
Now here's Gobert. Rebounded by Bogut. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Green. Outside Curry. Green kicks to Curry. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. The Jazz making a switch here. Exum's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Now, here's Thompson. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Iguodala no good.
And you know, you were talking about the field goal percentage against for the Jazz. It was the 3rd best in the league after the All-Star break. That's field goal percentage defense. They allowed the fewest points in the NBA after the break as well.
And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. And that one's good.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Now, here's Exum. Soft touch off the glass. Here is Livingston. They trail by 3. Thompson from long range. And still a... And now a chance to hear from Stephen Curry about the team's struggles of late.
Whether we made shots or not, we felt like we had a chance to win. And I think we kind of got away from that.
You know, Clark, when you hear a talent as tremendous as Curry talk about what a struggle it is, you know you're watching just outstanding basketball.
Well, I tell you what, I like that kind of serious and focused attitude that's really always been Curry's approach. It's one of the reasons he's always working to get better and hone and upgrade his game. And how he's able to take it that one notch forward each season.
And the second quarter getting... underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Festus Ezeli. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Spates in at the 4 slot.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And for Dante Exum, the first point guard chosen in the 2014 draft, number 5 overall, actually, he was taken over 2 other very talented and arguably more proven point guards coming in. Those being Marcus Smart and Elfrid Payton.
Jazz leading by 3. Here's Ingles. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Ingles has got his first 2 points of the night. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Burks the pass to Lyles. And Utah has possession. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Exum, covered by Barbosa. A nice shot by Exum.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Warriors. Ian Clark comes in for Sean Livingston. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Leandro Barbosa. Shot clock at 5. Curry outside. Can't hit. So Utah will take it the other way.
Guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
And the shot is good.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now, here's Burks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. They set the pick. The 3. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Here's Clark. But they recover it. Barnes kicks to Rush. Burks with the steal. .110 left now here in the second. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Back to Barnes. For the three. They get it back. Bogut. The layup off target.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Ingles has got the lead up to 9 now for the Jazz.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Burks, and there's a whistle. That goes on Ian Clark. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Then for the Warriors, Spates checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Klay Thompson in for Ian Clark.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again. You know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
The Jazz shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And the second free throw, good. And here is Spates. From 10 feet out, Gobert with the block. And so that brings
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. The Jets. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. And that's going to do it for now as the second half.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Shelvin Mack is out there with Hood, and it's Hayward in at the 3 spot.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
Now here's Favors. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
That's an efficient start for them offensively, working it inside for the easy 2 points.
And Clark, that's what you like to duplicate time and time again for the rest of the game.
You know, Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and is as strong as ever at the defensive end.
Now here's Curry after Gordon Hayward's miss, and stolen by Hood. A shot by Hayward, wide open. The offensive rebound. Green with the block. They recover it. It's another look. They get it back. And Favors kicks to Mack. Gobert dishes to Mack. To the inside. Here's Hayward.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Passes it to Thompson. And stolen by Favors. Here's Mack. The Jazz with another miss. Now the Warriors moving it up. 11 feet away, and that's going to be a treble.
That's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right on top of the other.
Time to just slow it down, make the simple play, and get a good shot.
Hayward, left side. Curry with the steal. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. The pass to Barnes. And here's Green outside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The Roracle or Oracle Arena was rocking last season, and with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them one off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Hayward can't hit.
Oh, he has just struggled here offensively in the quarter.
And it's Barnes smacking it down.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
Now here's Hayward. Makes that one after missing his first 6 shot attempts. 1 for 7 and hungry for more.
Well, I tell you what, you look at the Warriors, and they were actually unstoppable in every way last season. Average home margin of victory was 13-plus points. A lot of those games weren't even that close as they let things get tight in garbage time.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Lyles checked in for Favors. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Burks, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for Mack.
And more on the Warriors' home dominance. Shot almost 50% as a team at home, which led the league. Shot over 41% from beyond the arc as a team.
Livingston kicks to Green. Off target from outside.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks. And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Feeds it to Livingston. Iguodala outside. It's deflected. Here's Green, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Here is Livingston. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Spates. Green. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Jazz ball.
Exum with a wide open look. Got it off in time, but it's no.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girl.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. Ezeli is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Livingston in at the 1 spot. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball. 4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Kicks to Booker. Shot clock at 6. Nato. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Here's Ezeli. From deep, Iguodala. Good. Iguodala's got 6.
Boy, and their offense scorching now. Red hot. They've really turned it on.
I just don't know if you can play any better offensively, making it look easy out there.
Some changes here for the Warriors. Barnes is checked in for Iguodala. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. And Utah also making a switch. Hood's checked in.
And we all know Utah is a very young team. Last year, only the 76ers were younger. Still very competitive given the age and the lack of experience from this group.
No good.
That's just tremendous. You'd love to see a smaller player who can mix it up inside and handle himself in the paint area.
For the 3. They get it again. Hayward passes to Favors. Dishes to Booker. 3-pointer. The Warriors pull it in.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Mark, an interesting fact about the Jazz and their age last year. At one point, they didn't even have the oldest starting 5 in the state of Utah. Now, think of this. The starting 5 of BYU, Greg and I were just talking about this, had an older average than Utah did.
Yeah, amazing. You look at the ages of Exum and Gobert and Favors. Makes sense if that would be the case.
Favors with a wide-open look. Another miss by Utah. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Barbosa. The layup off target.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Nato. Another miss by Utah.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Launches it. The Jazz again can't hit it.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Ezeli. Rush comes in for Draymond Green. And Ian Clark subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Pass to Lyles. And there's the feed to Exum. Passes it to Lyles. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Good on the triple. Lyles got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Turnovers keep coming. They're piling up. It's been a very sloppy start to the game for them, but you know what? They're still in control, in the driver's seat right now.
They are, but they should be up by more if they could just keep a handle on the ball.
Now Spates. Thompson outside. And the release was before the buzzer. And the first half comes.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At one point, they managed to push out ahead to an 8-point lead. That does it for halftime, as the game is just about set to get going again.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Andre Iguodala with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And what he gives his team, guys, is an edge. He just lights up an arena when he gets it going. And in that first half, young fella had it going.
Not just an edge, though, Greg. I think he gives them a confidence and a swagger they wouldn't otherwise have. And he's a special player to have around, no doubt about that.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Hood out there with Shelvin Mack. And it's Gobert in at the center. And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract. Clark, last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
Throws it up high. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Curry kicks to Green. He feeds it to Bogut. They kick it out to Green from past the arc. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. Hayward's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
And here are the Warriors now, following the three-pointer by Utah. Screened by Bogut and stolen by Hood. Hayward with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. They get the rebound. Gobert with a wide-open look. And the 3 off target.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Well, from the moment he stepped into the league, Klay Thompson was lights out in terms of shooting. Clark, he has never had a problem knocking one down.
Well, the first player in league history to notch 500 made threes in his first 3 seasons in the league. That is remarkable.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Green missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Back to Hayward. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Iguodala.
And for Thompson, his three-pointer was his calling card early on. But I love the way he's expanded his game every season. He's become a very good defender and broadened his offensive game as well.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
And you're right there, Clark, because anything less than lockdown defense on him is going to result in a triple.
And the Jazz with possession here. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Hayward again missing.
You know, and speaking of Thompson expanding his game, he's also come out of his shell a little bit. Very quiet early on, but he has gotten more and more comfortable in the league and becoming more outspoken.
Looking to get back on track here, and that one's good. 8 points for him.
What do you do with that guy? With his handles, he abuses defenders.
And stolen by Hayward. He kicks it to Favors. Launches a 3, and Thompson sends it back.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Jazz trail by 7. Exum with it. Gobert the screen. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. "12 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Exum. And the layup is good. Exum's got 6 points.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more up.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And so it's Golden State with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They've got Harrison Barnes. Livingston is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Rush in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Mag dishes to Exum. The pass to Gobert. Puts it up from 17. Exum's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Stolen by Exum. Now, here's Burks. Not a lot of room. That's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Green comes in for Brandon Rush. Klay Thompson is checked in for Ian Clark. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Curry against Hayward. And Curry. The bucket on the assist by Bogut. And that's now 7 points for Steph Curry. Three-pointer, Hayward, that's good.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Bogut gets the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And Hayward with the stuff.
Really opportunistic basketball there. And when they desperately needed it, timely, opportunistic basketball.
And it really couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, they've got to take even more chances on defense now. They can't get some more of those steals to start the break.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that. There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Warriors leading by 3 and stolen by Hayward. Barnes grabs the miss.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Lets it go from deep. And that's good. Steph Curry for 3. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And, boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Favors with the screen. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Hood. It's rebounded by Golden State. Barnes has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Thompson with it. Now defended by Hayward. Off target from outside.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
An even 3-on-3 break. Outside Favors. Out left to the wing. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Hayward. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
And stolen by Hood. And here we go. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Curry's shot is off.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so he makes both from the line.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1 possession game now.
From the inbound. And he overshot that one, missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot.
So it's a narrow.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Klay Thompson. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight. Shaq, what'd you like about it? And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K.
And so off the tip, it's Utah. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Shelvin Mack is out there with Hood. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hayward left side. Fires the 3. Hayward missing again. On defense, Utah. And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
Now here's Green. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. That's good. Jazz have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Thompson comes with the double team. Favors dishes to Hayward. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. For 3. Shot is off. And Golden State will come the other way.
And on the topic of Hayward hiring an agent, it was reported that the questionnaire was just the beginning and that prospective agents also went through quite a grilling. In addition to that, you talk about a thorough process.
Bill can't quite get anything to fall after 5 tries.
And the dunk by Barnes.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Golden State. Hayward outside. There's the three.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Again, the miss by Hayward.
You know, back to Hayward, obviously his first NBA contract was subject to the rookie wage scale, but his second contract, 4-year max deal. So whatever the Haywards have done as far as agent vetting, it's paid off.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's home to the Alamo and the Spurs. San Antonio, Texas, as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the AT&T Center. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Amir Johnson is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Sellinger in at the 5 spot.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Now, here's Thomas. Creams the three-pointer. Thomas got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there because to me it's just much more comforting to play from the front than to be battling from behind.
Leonard dishes to Aldridge. 5 on the clock. Back to Leonard. Outside, Ginobili. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Like you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared them down as he was hitting shots, looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Now, here's Thomas. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. To the middle. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Thomas against Leonard. Now here's Thomas. Defense right on him. Boston, no good that time either.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Parker kicks to Ginobili. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now, here's Thomas. It's Bradley on the wing. Double team on Thomas. Back to Bradley. Nice ball movement by Boston. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh five on the floor. And a new group in for the Celtics. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Sullinger. Jerebko comes in for Johnson. Turner's checked in for Crowder. And Smart subbed in for Bradley. Now here's Thomas. Pass to Smart. Tries a three. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Smart's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of skills, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And that one's good. There's 47 seconds left in the first. Out to the right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Martin. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And he makes all 3.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
On the wing, Green. 3 seconds left.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing. And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk one. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Anderson is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's West in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Timeout Spurs.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for West. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Martin subbed in for Daniel Green. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. In the corner, Bradley with it. And again, Boston with the triple. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Duncan. Here's Aldridge. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
And it's Turner off the drive. Cannot hit. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. And how thrilled must have Evan Turner been last season to get a second chance. Clark with the boost in minutes, confidence, coaching staff. His game almost just changed overnight.
Yeah, he's a guy who needs the basketball. He's such a good, solid playmaker and has excellent size. Never had a chance in Indiana to really handle the ball and play to his strengths because of Paul George and Lance Stevenson, but he found a nice niche in Boston.
Well, you know what he can do after watching him for so many years with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, he's terrific. Good basketball IQ, too.
Boris Diaz checked in for the Spurs. Mills comes in for Tony Parker. And then for Boston. Olynyk, he's checked in for Sullinger. And Thomas subbed in for Turner. Here's Thomas. Great D that time from Leonard.
And boy, did Evan Turner make the most of his second chance last season. Played with more focus. Huge minutes for him with the Celtics. He may have found a home.
And here's Leonard from 3. Rebound by Olynyk.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
You know, it was a career year all around for Tucker last season. Still has work to do on his game, but showed he can contribute to a winning team. Very good value for his contract, too. You can never discount that.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. The Spurs have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. First free throw is good.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Here's what San Antonio's going. With right now. David West is checked in for Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Kawhi Leonard. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And here's Mills from the arc. San Antonio again missing. Celtics trail by 5. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Thomas gets a wide open look. Boston again missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Crowder with it. Will it go? No good. Ginobili. No luck. In the first half.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach Pop.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Amir Johnson is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Crowder in at the three. Double team on Thomas. The dish to Johnson. Here's Crowder. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Spurs leading by 4. Now watching Jay Crowder, he can really boost you up, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And, not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
Here's Thomas. He's got 7. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And the rejection by Leonard. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Turner's checked in for the Celtics. Outside Thomas. 4 on the clock. Parker with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Ginobili misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
Sullinger passes to Thomas. It's Bradley on the wing. Shot clock at 5. It's tipped and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Martin's checked in for the Spurs. San Antonio leading by 8.
When you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion.
Time called here.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas.
Inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
And Thomas, here we go.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Buries it from three-point range. Thomas got 10 points.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. It's blocked. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way.
No time wasted getting that ball up the floor for the uncontested finish.
San Antonio calls timeout. After Sullinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
Mills dishes to Green. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Celtics trail by 5. Smart wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3.
And talking about Sullinger, you wonder if he's been in the right scheme for the past couple of years. He's not a three-point shooter. He's a back-to-the-basket banger. You want proof? Only hit 28% from behind the arc last season, and that was his career high.
Smart with the ball. He's against Martin. Tries it from 9. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Now here's Mills. Turner covering. There's Green with the 3. Again, the miss by Green. Turner. The shot is off.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
And the final period of play just about to start. Celtics trail by 7. Down low, it's the veterans Diaw and Duncan. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. And it's Mills in at the 1 spot. That's the San Antonio 5.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
And the wide open shot from Ginobili. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Boston now. Thomas kicks to Jerebko. Back to Thomas. Here's Smart. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And that's 10 points for Marcus Smart.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
No good from Ginobili. Celtics trail by 4. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. Pull-up jumper. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
They get it back. Duncan uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, guys, well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He said, guys, for a team with our firepower, we're playing way too tight. We need to push the ball up the floor, get out in transition, and get those easy baskets. We can do this.
Thanks again, Doris. Bradley, no one around him. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Leonard, the pass to Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Sullinger.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Boris Diaw. Amir Johnson's checked in for the Celtics. Turner comes in for Crowder. Leonard dishes to Ginobili. And that misses badly. Air ball. Celtics trail by 5. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
Here's Thomas. Plenty of space. But they get it back. And Sullinger kicks to Thomas. Now the feed to Sullinger. Second shot opportunity. Out to Turner. And the pass to Bradley. Tries yet again. It falls. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And the Spurs with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. Parker kicks to Duncan. It's Bradley on the wing to tie it up. Back to Thomas. Outside Bradley. Kicks to Thomas. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Looking at the game for Thomas, he's got 10 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter. In a crucial spot, he is always so solid at the line. He rarely wastes those opportunities.
And Parker, here we go. Aldridge. You know what? Good D by Sullinger. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Bradley passes to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Boston. Sullinger outside. 4 on the shot clock. It falls! Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run it.
Here's Aldridge. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Isaiah Thomas. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here. And how'd you feel about his performance? And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.